Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Ibrahim. The subject is nonlinear progress.
Ibrahim says, "Hi, I've been using the Demon to study for the LSAT since January. My diagnostic score in early January, before knowing about the Demon, was 148, and by the end of January, I got a 158. Initially, this jump was very encouraging, but I got exactly 158 two more times in March and decided I should get out of my plateau by paying more attention to my accuracy, doing fewer full-length tests, and more mistake analysis and review." Sounds good. Sure enough, since then, my accuracy has skyrocketed from 75% to 90% on my most recent test. But 15 sections and 4 full-length tests later, I want to know if it's normal to be back down to a 150. What? How? My assumption is that I should continue as I have done and continue practicing sections, focusing on accuracy by taking my time on questions, reading carefully, etc., and that eventually the scores will sort themselves out, but I just want to make sure. And then we do have a screenshot here of a score history. Presumably the scores are starting at the bottom. Oh yeah, because I can see the accuracy going up. 153, 160, 158, 153, 158, 158, 152, 154, 153, 150. That last one is the lowest score with the highest accuracy on questions attempted. What do we think's going on here?
First of all, ideally you would have brought your accuracy up sooner. So there's a lot of stuff on this in your past practice that hasn't given you the opportunity to really grow, right? You're doing too many questions. You're practicing going quickly. You're practicing making mistakes. And so, yeah, you just got 90% on your 150, but maybe this is the first time you're really starting to see what it's like to take this test. Your form is finally good. And even then, at 90%, you could be doing better. So now that you got your form good, let's keep going on this progress. I'm also worried that maybe this student is taking too many sections, just like taking them.
That's my hypothesis, is that, just slowing down and solving the questions is one thing, but you should also be solving the questions better by learning from your mistakes. And so sometimes students kind of pay lip service to that. And Ibrahim, he mentioned it. Oh, I'm gonna get out of this plateau by paying more attention to my accuracy, doing fewer full-length tests, and doing more mistake analysis and review. But then he never talks about mistake analysis and review again. He just gets back to talking about his scores. And this is a score history here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tests since January. So a couple full-length tests per month.
With only one at 90%.
With only one at 90% accuracy. By the way, Ibrahim, I will point out that it looks like you got a little bit unlucky on your guesses on your last couple practice tests. Your accuracy was 44 out of 49 on the last test, but you only got 2 points from guessing because your totals. 3 points from guessing. So you got a little unlucky there, right? Presumably you guessed on about 25 questions, actually maybe 27 questions. You should have gotten on average 5.4 points there from guesses. So there's a little bit of unluckiness on the guessing, or maybe Ibrahim isn't even bubbling in the bubbles.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, he only got one guess on the test before that, so that was even unluckier. 4 guesses on the test before that, which still isn't par. 4 guesses on the test before that. Yeah, it seems like you've been getting like you certainly haven't had one of those tests where you actually get better than average luck on your guesses.
Yeah. I mean, but that's not really like the long-term play here, right? The long-term play is getting to this 90% accuracy on every test
Yeah,
or
or
higher.
95% accuracy,
Yeah.
right? 90 is good, but it's not as good as 95. And I would say, I think that there's a ton of opportunity here, Ibrahim, if you continue doing what you've been doing. I want you to stay focused on accuracy, see if you can get that 90% up to 95%. Don't rush yourself into any official test, and thoroughly review all of your mistakes so that you can, not only get them right, but start to see how easy they actually are. I would think that I would think that if you're getting 90% of them right, you are starting to see how easy they can be. But still, if you're missing 10% of the questions, there's probably another 10% of the questions that you're getting right without really knowing why. And so you're only understanding like 80% of the test. And we need to get you to where you're understanding even more of the test. You've made great progress, but I would want you to understand even more instead of just skimming the surface and half guessing.
I'd also stop taking full-length tests. If you really believe in review, then you're going to be doing mostly drilling and time sections. It's not that
Yeah.
you should never do a full-length test, but you did 4, like just stop and just start doing time sections and drilling so you can immediately review what went wrong.
Yep. You want to wrap it up with a final prescription for Ibrahim?
Just dig more into drilling and time sections and trying to get above 90% accuracy on those sections.
Yeah. Stay at 90, 95, 98% accuracy,
100%.
and 100% accuracy is possible. The
Yeah.
test will start seeming easier to you, and then you will, without even trying, just naturally go faster because the wrong answers will start to look like shit. And then it'll really pay off too,
Mhm.
right? Because all you need to do is stay at 90, 95, 100% accuracy. Then if you do one more question per section, you get like a point for each one of those that you got correct. And I think you will see yourself break back into the high 150s and into finally the 160s
Yeah.
at some point if you keep going here with this high accuracy. Nice.
Nice. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.